Hello, lovely people. We welcome you once again to Mpunto Farms on this blessed Ebusia for Yamamwina Kwaba Sonko Eba Mpunto Farms and there Anopa area anyway. Baby, I will share yen Fibiano Mpunto Farms and I will share yen and there anyway Anopa area way. That's also about I know better Komo. Earlier we made a first video about the top 5 vegetables or cash crops to grow in 2024, and the testimony that we are getting from people is so paramount. People are calling us that yes indeed it has been really helpful and has been a guidance to them. So some are preparing their lands and some too are setting their lines, and a whole lot of good stories we are hearing. As you wish for pese bebo metrimboden na munhu ediane amubedia 2024. So today we are with a good news. What is the good news? The good news is today we are going to give you the top 5 food crops to plant in 2024. Top 5 crops, food crops to plant in 2024. And I hope by the end of this session you will be well informed and you know what exactly you are going to plant this year. So this top 5 have bases, have certain merits and certain demerits why we have the top 5. We have many food crops in Ghana or in the system already, but here are the top 5. Ebusia for video ya wo hwe eduane ayebedia ewa afimu 2024 enum ayedikan ana yede brewe enti yaso na tie yen mobodi ana hu se wo baako kosi enum no emu bia betumi adane enye enhye se ne edikan no ena edinkan ana etwato no na etwato na emom sa eduaba sa indiani enumi ana etwase odua ewo afi 2024 mu this I say no and also. So let's quickly begin. Let's go. So the first one is cocoyam. Yes, are you surprised? It's cocoyam. Cocoyam. In our local language we call it mankeni. I don't know the local name you used to call cocoyam, but in our local language we call it cocoyam. Sorry, we call it mankeni. Yeah, cocoyam mankeni. Cocoyam mankeni. So why will people be saying why cocoyam first? Because we see that cocoyam is one of the food commodity which is very scarce in the system here in Ghana. No matter where you find yourself, either you are in the coastal areas, everywhere you find yourself, you see that cocoyam has been a food commodity. It's not that much in the system or in the market. So if you try much as possible to go into cocoyam farming, I bet you are going to gain your millions because it's have shortage in the system already. And so for Nameka and say mankeni eduane I will say udia afi 2024 mu. The sense say send eduane we ahoye na oko market ni ada ye den say obeden ubenya mankeni dodo na unya anything mankeni ana Mpunto Farms ye di nkan say opese we ye full 2024 mankeni and also would do when you actually and I would do it's answer mankeni no would ya ubenya contumbre ye contumbre a commodity a Ghana ha yendi ani be riba ye di na and run ye di edi so be ye boom so be contumbre stew and then ye kika ho bebre ye de contumbre ye but can who say would ya mankeni na so open mankeni ni ye ya say o te contumbre na you have to take your time. You have to reduce taking much of the leaves because the more you are uprooting the leaves, the more the tubers are becoming smaller. So try much as possible to differentiate which one you will use for contumbre and which one you will use for cocoyam as well. So replace cocoyam as number 1 for food crops to plant in 2024. Then we go straight to number 2, sweet potato. Yes, sweet potato. Sweet potato has been also a non-common commodity in the system or in the market today. Okwa egoma who say ayedin say ubenya sweet potato. Though when you go to certain areas who say sweet potato ayɛ den ebu ɛwɔ hɔ nanso ebibi kakra bi ɛnyɛ baby chinchina or it's not on the major market today here in Ghana 2024. So sweet potato is also a good food crops to plant in 2024. Then the third one is maize. The third one is maize. Yes, maize has been a commodity that we used in Ghana mostly every day. Every home in Ghana uses maize. So no matter how it is, if you go into maize plantation, you are going to get your cash. You are going to get your cash. But remember, all this that I'm saying, if you do it on large scale, is when you are going to get the money on large scale. Because farming now, when you work it on large scale, that's where you are going to get your real cash. But if you do it on smaller or domestic scales, then forget about you making your millions or what you are expecting in farming. Yeah. So as I said earlier, the third one is maize. So we have varieties of food that we use maize to do. You can get it in the flesh, or you can wait when it's dry, you get it. And when you have the dry one and you harvested it, we have many options that we can use it for. But before I go to the options, one, you can get it in fresh corn. Then after the fresh corn have dried, then you harvested, the leaves, the husk can also be useful for your kinky, Accra kinky. It will be useful for your Accra kinky. So one commodity or one food, you get variety of its uses in our homes. So after you get in the husk, you get the maize itself. And the maize, you can use it for multiple food in our system. You can use it for akpele. Our Ewe brothers normally knows it. When you come to the Fantis too, Banku or Mole, the Fantis, we call it Mole. Then the Accra people or the Ga people, they also use it for kinky. So you get Accra kinky, you get Accra kinky. And other commodity we use maize for. Later, we will try to take one food commodity bit by bit to explain thoroughly for you to understand the type of land, the amount you need to invest, the price of each commodity we have laid out earlier, so that you know what exactly you are going in for. Then the fourth one is cassava. Yes, cassava. In our generation, cassava has been very useful. Apart from food that we use for, there are other industrial purposes we use cassava for. So cassava is also placed as number 4. When it comes to our homes or our food, you can get your kuponte, which is the face the wall. I said it, face the wall, kuponte. You can get your banche, normal banche ampesi. When you get the ampesi, banche ampesi, you know what I'm talking about. Banche ampesi, when you get your kontombre, when you get your kako, everything, Charlie, you are going to love it. Then you go to fufu. Yes, fufu. Especially the Asantis and other tribe in Ghana always love fufu with their soup, with prekese and other stuff. Charlie, in here easy, don't go there. So cassava is also a commodity mainly used here in Ghana by various tribes. So try much as possible to try cassava in 2024, and you are going to gain what you invested. And the last one, can you guess the last one? The last one, yes, is plantain. Yes, plantain. People will be saying last year plantain commodity was much in the market, which they are not even getting buyers and other stuff. Yes, that is true. Because of that, people who will be planting plantain this season will be less, will not be more as they planted last year. So this year is reduced drastically. So if the farmers reduce for planting plantain, then it means they are going to be sorted in the months to come or the year ahead of us. So try much as possible to plant plantain, because plantain, the agona ampesi, the food that we are doing, and plantain chips and other food that we use plantain for. And especially my gobe lovers, You know, gobe with that red plantain or cocoa is not the actual gobe. You get it? Aha. So plantain is also one food commodity which is very, very, very needed in our society. So these are the top 5 food crops you have to plant in 2024. Ebusiafo, Indiane enuma mebobo so eye Indiane enuma o se udia e afi 2024 mu. Se na mdi nkan ka che ono e poto kase mu no. Sa Indiane we na no, ibenye mbre na ya cheche mu baako. Se ye fa sweet potato asase a obetum bia ne mbra e o se udia ne sika ne bo ene bebi obetum atọn no. Ene ne keka ho bia no ye de bebro by say die na ye de brewi eye ediane enum a wo se wudia e wo afe 2024 mu en se ne di nkan ye no kokoyam ana se mankeni ene di kan e wo se wudia esan se wo ko market a ho ye napa won se da ehu en tie na e wo high demand so wo ko market a e amanfuta bisa e na ne bo so ye den e wo soro kakra enti kokoyam ene di nkan afi sweet potatoes and also ade a wo mu eto wo Ghana yi papa and nti mama ye hwehwe sweet potatoes chikwan ni India afi ni a etosu miansa ebro de se wa wonim ye de yema bebre ye de esco ye de banku fufu plantain chips and ni ekeka ho ina and nti ebro ade a ehun hia yi papa nti se wo pese wo bia bibi wo afi mu a aya na wadwen ebro so ho na wa de wedua na wo de aka ho ne etoso enan banche se wa wonim udi fufuo ene enyama bebre abetum de banche aye and banche so enye nindi nkra na ye de other industrial purposes say starch ene ne keka ho ne enyama bebre eniti eno so ne toso enan ene ne twato kra no brode yes bro ne twato kra eno brode yes brode brode which is plantain and ne toso inum a e wo se wo hwe na wodua e wo afi 2024 nti abusiafo enuanom madofo nkofo a mo hwe yen na e wo mpuntio farms our YouTube, social Facebook, TikTok, any baby ano. Sa Indiani enumi and a mekan for amount. Sefa usika shemu our afi 2024 mu. Na uno hoda. Ubenya enya na hombo. Na so kai se sa Indiani enum amabobo so ina no. Se opese wo ya bo modern se ubenya honim die pa ye ansa wo don hwa den ahyemu. Aluntia na ye se ubedi yechi awo handle so abena be na senior update bia ye de bebre on wenya wosu wehu nia obesum de ade abo obra awo kwadwuma wo pese uyemu onim honim de bia meso se mpunto farms ye wo ho ben na so ye ne twetwe nkomo ne mbo kwa abefa so awoben honim di awobetumi aye ana afresh me ka show se di ejina bia wo so ene asase a wo ye so no so ene wo so wuhu na wodidua ne krakra no kwadwuma ewo endembri 21st century mu no sikasem eniti se opese wo ye na wo nya ne sika ye ya wo ye no on large scale wo ye ne kese a na wo benya wonfa so a wo hwehwe enimi no ba sai no ma mebobo so yina so opese wo ye eka usika a wo behia a wo de beye range from 2000 to 4000 that 2000 to 4000 we depend ada obedo ediaba obenya dia ada obedo ho fertilizer obehia a de beden obeyusu ane ne keka ho bia ane ti range from 2000 to 5000 ane ti etwe ne benya mbre na ya chechire mu yie na ya ma waso ate ne yie na ye hu se you input your farms wo a obenya nimdie ewo kwadwuma ho nti ana ya ba ma nti abena follow your social media handles no so Punto Farms our YouTube, subscribe, share, comment na afofo so enya oko Facebook so Punto Farms ho pa person wo frɛ na oni edi nkomo frɛ yɛn wɔ 0502614098 0502614098 frɛ Punto Farms na yɛn twetwe nkɔmmɔ na yɛn bo a na kɔ adwuma a wɔde asi wɔ ani so no ɛbɛbɛ mu pɛpɛɛpɛ. Yɛbusuafo medam ase yɛbɛhyia. Bye bye.